Following what has become known as the House Incident, tensions on the Korean peninsula have reached the brink. United Nations Command, United States Forces Korea, and the Indo-PACOM all concur. War on the peninsula is inevitable. With this in mind, USFK has issued evacuation orders to all US civilians, dubbed NEO. As military units across the Pacific mobilize, thousands of US civilians rush to predetermined locations across South Korea and begin the journey south to the port city of Busan. There, a large convoy of US auxiliary and landing ships awaits to transport them to Sasebo Naval Station, Japan, and safety. Your orders are to escort the convoy. Be advised, intelligence suggests multiple North Korean submarines have left their home ports over the past 3 days. South Korean naval radar and sonar stations have picked up indeterminate contacts moving southward. Be on high alert. Hey there and welcome back to Sea Power. Today we're evacuating civilians and lots of them. We have 6 convoys in total. They are all heading towards this safety area and eventually towards the Sasebo Naval Station. Until they get there, we're expecting submarines and, well, whatever else the North Koreans can throw my way. As I'm not really that worried about the North Korean capabilities, and I mean that in the sense that they probably don't have any long-range and ship missiles, I'm going to run my ships with, well, without MCON really, just air search, surface search on. So we're gonna activate those. What are you? Anything from 159 Ls. Okay. We are expecting submarines, so that means launch all the birds. And prepare for anti-submarine warfare. Yeah, you're also active. Good. What the hell? Duncan, let's launch the birds. The mission orders say I cannot lose a single ship. A single civilian merchantman, such as these things. That's mission end. So we're gonna have to be pretty aggressive, I think, in order to defend all those ships. We have a radar station here, which is running an air search, a surface search. Duncan is searching. Duncan also has her towed array out. We got a couple of helo... Those are not Sea Sprites. Those are Sea Kings. SH3? Yeah. Okay. So, we now have actually a dipping sonar. Interesting. Very useful, but does require quite a bit of micromanagement, which I might not be able to do, given the amount of work that I'm going to have to do managing all of these units. I mean, most of them I don't have to manage actively. These convoys are just running as quick as they can. And that's pretty much it. Just continue on your course. How far is that? How far do we need to sail? 107 miles. 3,000 feet up. 634 knots. Yeah, I don't trust that. Saipan. What are we going to do with you? Air to air. Anti-ship. Combat air patrol. Yeah, give me a combat air patrol. Because I need all the sidewinders you can get. If that's your best missile, well, I'll take it. This thing... I don't know, it's doing 23 knots. I don't like the look of it. So, let's prepare another anti-ship missile strike on whatever the hell that is. I don't have that many Harriers, so we're gonna have to make best use of them. Anti-ship carries what? Exocets. Okay. Wouldn't be my missile of choice, but hey. We get what we get. Griffin 1. Griffin 1's just going to deploy sonobuoys. If you want to deploy multiple sonobuoys, just hold Alt. And you're going to get an automatic spread like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this bird here. I need to kind of chart where Griffin stops. Sometimes it would be handy if they actually just kind of mark that. There. Okay, so you're on the way. I now know where the first spread ends. I'm going to deploy the second spread slightly south of that. And again, mark it up. 1, 2, 3. And then the next... Here's the next helo. Coming off the Duncan. No, that's not the Duncan, is it? That's the Nicholas. Okay, so you're going to drop sonobuoys like here. Yeah. And then when you're done, and I can tell Griffin 4 to join this, we should be able to get a pretty decent amount of sonar buoys out there. And seeing as I have 4 helicopters, I think I can even keep them around. So that is going to be difficult for the enemy submarines to slip in. There. This is pretty much a sonar buoy wall. There's one aircraft coming in, 35,000 feet, 459. I think that's an airliner.
Contact faded. Track.
Really don't like the look of that, though.
Roger.
Up you go.
0, 4, 5.
You're also going to lay a spread. First need to deal with whatever the hell that air threat is before we're going to continue doing ASW.
On station.
Don't mind that, boy. 1, 2, 3. Next helo. Sonar boys.
Confirmed. Roger. Turn.
Hold
0,
control.
Roger
Gives you
that.
smaller spreads. Too small.
Roger. Turn. 0,
Put it slightly
Roger
further
that.
east. They're going to have some overlap, but that's fine. As long as we can keep them, what, like 15 miles away, that would be a nice margin of safety. So remove that point. The birds from this one already. Bloody hell, there's a lot of micro going on today. Give me a spread.
Roger that.
Just wall off all the approaches that the submarines might take.
Roger. Turn. 0. Confirmed.
There. Maybe I need to send another helo to do that.
Roger.
Here.
Turn. 1, 3.
Drop these
5.
manually. Okay.
New
How's my combat air patrol doing?
Contact detected.
They're up.
Roger. Turn. Roger. Contact faded. Track.
I don't like this one bit.
Contact faded. Track.
Do we know what this is yet?
Roger. Turn. 1,
Very
1,
large.
5.
It's apparently not interested in talking to me. Does not respond.
New air. Contact detected.
New air? Where? Here. 459, 35,000. Could be an airliner. We also got a couple on neutral merchants. How far away are you? 37,000. If they're not chatting, I'm blowing them out of the sky.
Track 7, 0,
Nothing flies information
0,
like, well,
6.
I know Cent has it on a couple of his scenarios. Like, he tends to have civilian airliners, the small prop jets, fly information. It's
On station.
a distraction. 25 miles. Your weapon's free now. Shoot at will. Just make sure that you land a couple of hits on these things. Well, one ought to do it. Because these ships here, what do we have? Any defenses? A 76mm. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. If that's a ship, or sorry, an aircraft armed with an anti-ship missile, we're gonna have some interesting times ahead of us. Bloody hell, you call yourself a cap, you're armed with a 30mm?
New surface contact detected.
No missiles? Okay. That's not great.
Air search
Activate
on.
your radar. Oh, hello.
New surface
Good
contact
morning.
detected. Track
You're a merchant.
7,
And
0,
another
1 is classified.
merchant.
Merchant. Track 7, 0. Roger.
Do a patrol.
1, 4, 2.
Duncan. 25 miles out. Need to upsize the tag map, otherwise I can't really see much. Preparing to engage. Engaging. Selecting launcher. Well, you don't have that many. You got exactly one. Off you go.
Track 7, 0, 0.
I hope he's gonna double tap the planes, so one missile each. And then another missile after that, because I cannot let those things close in. It's too dangerous.
0, 0, 7.
Normally I would generally try to identify them first, but I don't really have the luxury of time at the moment. Chat or get shot down. You're not chatting. But you're also not really going directly for a formation here. Okay, my ASUW flight's gonna patrol here.
0, 4.
I need you to operate as a mobile airfield. Give me one as a... One. Yeah, just one Harrier as a cap.
Track 7, 0, 0, 9.
You spoofed it with a defensive jammer. Okay.
Contact faded. Track.
MiG-25?
Splash track.
Dead.
7-0-0.
Okay, we got him.
7.
Can we tell what they're armed with?
Contact faded. Track. Bandits.
Yeah, it's a MiG-25 RB. Dumb bombs. By the looks of it. There's flares. And he's not falling for it. Gotcha.
7-0.
Well done. Okay, so that's a couple of MiGs down.
History.
What else is coming my way? You're going to investigate this.
2-6-1.
Griffin 2. Patrolling back and forth. You guys have... Oh, you got no radar aboard. Okay, fine. We'll do without radar. The merchant's disappeared again. I could just say this is a merchant, pretty much, and that's a merchant. More where that came from. Split up. Turn north.
Turn 0. Roger.
I want you to try and intercept those, what I think are additional MiG-25s. Because I really don't want those anywhere near. Duncan, relocate north, full ahead flank.
Turn to course. 0. Roger. Turn.
You're gonna investigate this. Your speed is 521, your speed's 459. We're gonna have to
Roger. Turn.
really hoof it in order to get there.
Go to altitude. 2.
You're still laying patterns.
0. 0.
You're laying patterns. And you're laying patterns. Good. Oh, they're still trying to get to their first waypoint. Sometimes helicopters are a bit special. I have one Harrier left, and the rest of it's just helicopters. Like CH-46. And a couple of AH-1Ts.
On station.
Anti-tank air-to-air. Well, that would be optimistic. Maybe. Maybe you can make it work, but...
Roger. Turn.
Optimistic. Join that fight. Or flight, rather.
0.
Medium aircraft. Harrier at 12,000 feet. So apparently we can see him. What is that?
Roger. Turn 19. Roger.
Climb to 35, so climb to 40,000 in your case.
4. 0.
Unfortunately, these things... Actually, they do have pretty decent longevity now. My early experience with Harriers has been... lackluster. I found them a bit unwieldy to use because they didn't really have the range, they didn't have longevity, but thankfully these guys do.
Track 7-0.
Another coming in?
3.
Yeah, confirmed. It's an airliner.
Air.
Okay, fine.
Turn.
Investigate this one. It's pretty much behaving the same as the other one. 459, 35,000. I am assuming it's going to be another one of those. Path. Course 248. No, I don't need that. Course 248. I'm going to put you directly in the path.
Turn 349.
The other Harrier here. Join that.
Roger. Turn 0.
Can I, or can I not rebase these guys? RTB?
Roger. RTB.
Oh, you came off the Saipan. Hold on, you were already airborne. How'd you do that?
On station.
How did you do that?
Roger. RTB.
Because normally you cannot launch an aircraft off the aircraft carrier before the mission starts, so I'm really curious how he did that. Useful. Okay, our weapon range is, well, I mean, it's a heat seeker. 5 miles. That's pushing it. Fine. First sonar buoys coming up. Be a long op, because you guys still need to sail. How long? 7:12 right now. Before you get to safety is going to be just under 5 hours. Okay. There's potentially another airliner coming in. But I want to investigate all these contacts. Range 23 miles. Duncan, range 31 miles. How many missiles do I have? I got 29 surface to air. I want you guys to run your radar. The SH-2Fs. You guys can't run your radar, but you can.
Surface search on. Surface search on. Buoy away.
Surface search, air search.
Search on. Radar eye.
And what are you precisely? Merchant.
Track
Merchant.
7014.
Identify yourself.
Neutral.
Does not respond. Fine. Investigate.
0-1.
Okay, over here we should be in range
Classified. Neutral.
in a matter of minutes. Duncan has range. Not sure why they're idling.
Engage. Buoy away.
If the Duncan can do it, great. This AV-8A here, this Harrier, is more of a backstop rather than anything else. Lining launcher. Missile away. Seriously though, why would you bomb ships full of civilians? This is a non-combatant evacuation operation, an NEO. Why are you guys being this nasty about it?
Contact faded.
If they were going after my warships, I'd get it. But they're not. Weapons free. Engaging 7013. There's the drop tank. Wouldn't you rather engage 7012 first? Seeing as, I don't know, he's in range.
Buoy
There.
away. Bandits.
Get him. I think our missile might have gotten spoofed.
Fox 2.
Missile away. We're gonna get anything? Yes. Well done.
7-0.
Now go for 7013.
Turn 3. Roger. Roger.
Turn.
2 4 3.
Gotta make sure that the Duncan kind of holds its fire right now,
Engaging track.
lest it accidentally engages one of my ships. Or sorry, one of my aircraft.
Fox 2.
That gonna get spoofed? No, it is not. Dead Mig.
7
Well done.
0 1
Well done.
is toast.
Stay here
Search on. Roger.
and tell me if there's anything else coming for me here.
5.
Okay, that's 4 MiGs down. We still have this unidentified contact coming in.
Turn 2 9 6.
And then the one from over South Korea.
Buoy away.
So far, fairly quiet. New information. We have something to the east. There's a Ka-27. That was launched from a surface ship. These things don't magically fly out this far. So the question is, what exactly launched that? I'm gonna have my AV-8A flight with the exocets fly low
5
and investigate.
Roger. Go to
I'm gonna use these guys as the attackers.
0.
This guy is gonna be my scout. So let's go to, let's say 10,000 feet and see if we can spot that helicopter again, and especially its mothership. They came from somewhere. Helicopters typically stick to about 30 to 50 miles away from their mothership, I think. So that gives me at least some indication of where they could be. Let me say 30 miles. We're gonna have to search within this area. That's probably where they're at. This radar station hasn't detected it yet. And unfortunately, we have no such thing as an EAW. An airborne early warning. You are landing, excellent. Because that means that I have those horribly armed, or rather unarmed, weapons. Oh, sorry, yeah, they were empty Harriers. Makes no sense. Let's prepare another inch-ship.
Buoy away.
I'm gonna wait for this Harrier to land. This Neo over here. And then make sure that we have another flight of 2 units. They are sporting the Exocet, the AM-39, with a range of 35 nautical miles. Might have found something. Another 60 miles out. Does not respond. It's a large contact. No idea what it's going to be.
Roger. Turn.
But I'm not going to give these guys the pleasure of using helicopters. Potentially as radar pickets as well.
Buoy away.
We're picking up their emissions, so yes, they are in fact using their own radar.
Contact faded.
We're going to shoot it down. And of course, there aren't exactly North Korean units. I mean, maybe some ground units? So this is going to be a stand-in for a North Korean helicopter. Engage the target. Let's mark that position. Speed, 26 knots. That's way too fast for a ship. of merchant variety. Course 230. And about 2 hours they're going to transit 52 miles. So they're going to be, yeah, pretty much there. But now it's going to attach to the helicopter, which I don't want. Let's say it's there, heading 230. And at a speed of, yeah, give or take. So we can expect them there. 5 miles out. 5.5.
Fox 2.
Where is he?
New air. Contact detected.
There. Flares.
Contact faded. Buoy away.
He might have gotten spoofed. Yeah. Missile got spoofed. Okay, go again.
Engaging track 70.
Have at him.
19. Fox 2.
Good luck dodging that.
Roger.
No joy.
Track
Haha.
019.
You're gone. Okay, dude. You're Winchester. RTB. Hold on. There's another. There is another. Okay. I still have another Aviate-A over here somewhere.
Roger. Turn 079.
I still have another over here.
Contact faded.
Doing another air patrol. Looks like they're coming mostly in from the from the east, but I'm expecting something from the west. Or at least I want to be rather cautious about it. What are we gonna do? We know that there's potentially another surface ship out there. So let's make sure that we have our preparations for that. I got 4 Harriers back aboard. We're gonna go with 2 anti-ships. And I'm gonna take 1 more as an anti-air, so as a combat air op. With air patrol. Unfortunately, I can't exactly find these units anymore, and this guy's out.
New air. Contact detected.
Can I engage these in the general direction?
Contact faded.
Because they have their own seeker, yes? Active radar homing, so yeah, I can launch them in that general direction. This thing is hostile. I can launch out to 30-something miles. 35. Okay, give me a range circle. 35 miles. Great. So now I know where to start shooting. And I more or less know what to start shooting. We're just going to go very, very, very aggressive. Shoot first. And basically, well, see what we've shot at later. Which is not really a great method of going about it. But in this case, I'd rather be safe than sorry. The game apparently treats this very harshly. 1 loss of a ship, and you're done. Okay, you have deployed your soda boys. Deploy 3 more. You got 4 total, so I'll give you another one there. And then you're gonna go home. Let's see. We're gonna pop up. Go to 10,000. I want to get a quick radar fix on them. Unless you can do that for me. Go to 10,000. Surf search. There he is. Okay, so now I know exactly where he is. MCON? Go low. 200 feet. I wanted to know exactly where he was, so I know to launch missiles in his general direction. And then basically turn around and go back home and fetch more missiles. Okay, you're still waiting for your friend to launch? Good. So far we have a decent spread of sonar buoys. Nothing yet. Doesn't mean there's no submarines, it just means that we haven't detected it yet. Range, 52 miles. We have range. Let's go. Salvo 2. Right there.
Engage track 70. Whip it away.
These things are self-guiding, so off you go. We're gonna turn right around. And not dip into the water! Jesus. I've seen these aircraft dip into the water all by themselves. For no apparent reason. I thought they were gonna do that right now.
Contact faded. Track.
Oh, you numbnuts, you didn't even launch.
Roger. Turn.
You're supposedly the
3.
wingman.
We'll go. Roger that.
They were supposed to send these things all at the same time. Now that they haven't done that, the enemy has a better chance of actually evading the missiles. Or getting rid of the missiles. Go home. Bloody hell. And really, I can only follow the missiles at this point. I can't see what I'm shooting. And these things, I'm not so sure if they're going to talk back to me and let me know what exactly it is that they're going to be detecting. As the missiles race at their targets, this is where I'm going to end this first part of the video. This looks to be a three-parter because otherwise I simply can't cover everything. There's plenty more threats out there. We have a lot of work to do. So join me soon for the next video, unless you're a member, in which case you can already watch the video right now. Hit the join button and continue watching this little series right now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for more.